sounded dangerously like Thanos over there. Well, you might be. Kai sare log. Listen to this video really carefully because you might just be able to understand why all of this is happening. Have you ever noticed that a lot of people seem to make this statement these days कि आजकल कोई भी खुश नहीं होता है, that nobody's ever really happy these days. The emphasis here is on these days. This is also something that is described as the age of Kali or Kali Yuga, encapsulated by the lovely line in the song "Hans chugega dana tunka, kaua moti khayega," which means that meritorious people seem to be taking a back seat and the unmeritorious seem to be getting louder and louder by the day, that they also deserve every inch of what the meritorious should have. आजकल कोई भी खुश नहीं है. So have you ever noticed? Now this is, so I don't know how you see merit or non-merit, but this is something that impacts even the youngest child. Have you ever noticed that children sometimes complain that उनसे कोई खेलने नहीं आता है? That somebody makes a promise but does not keep it? That a shopkeeper can get rude to you and say "Lena to lo varna jao." That, you know, that saying behind shops, at the back of shops, which said the customer is always right, has just been removed. You know, when I was a kid in school, there used to be a line that would echo all across Uttar Pradesh, my state, which was "Pehle aap mein Nawab Saab ki gaadi chhut gayi," which means that we were supposed to be known, the state of UP. These days they talk about dabangai and gundagardi and all sorts of gali galoj, and thank you Harsh Gujral for that. But when I was a kid, we were known not for talking about each other's mothers and sisters, but we were known for being extremely polite and courteous. We would always say "you first." These days, it's "me first." Why do you think all of this is happening? Why do you think even older people are becoming ungenerous? Why do you think when you tell somebody that, you know what, if you talk to me like that, I'm not going to talk to you again, that person is okay with it? So one, you can just go mystical about it and say Kali Yuga, which I really respect, by the way, not the mystical part of it, but the Kali Yuga part of it. But two, what do you think is the topmost agent of Kali Yuga? Where do you think all of this is coming from? So I'm going to give you 2 seconds to think about that. Maybe not now. Maybe pause the video. We don't have time. So Kali Yuga, for the lack of anything else, it's so easy to just see it. It's all around you. What do you think has changed over the past 200 years? What do you think has changed over the past 100 years? What do you think has changed over the past 50 years? You should be, if you're a good student, you should be saying a lot of things. I mean, we have the internet now, and not just the internet. We have mobile phones. We have Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp. We're able to connect with each other. All of these things are massive changes. Communication, transport, globalization, fantastically massive changes. But they should have made the world better, because they're supposed to simplify our world. Why are people getting lonelier? Why is depression getting stronger? Why are people taking each other for granted? Because of the law of diminishing marginal utility. Because there are so many of us now that it doesn't matter. That you can actually take the other person for granted, saying "tum nahi karoge, koi aur kar lega. What's the big deal about you? You know what? I can afford to be rude to you. I can afford to tell you that I don't care, because I genuinely believe that in this remote control channel changing culture, if I don't like you, I'm going to go with a very optimistic heart, saying I will find another Dhruv to do this. Dhruv is not special. I'll find somebody else to do this. The number one, in my limited understanding, the number one agent of Kali Yuga is population. There are just so many of us that, with the exception of our families maybe, we've lost the capacity to being special to somebody. Of course, internet has also done it. So in my time, if somebody had these many books, as you can see, people would come to their homes because to get that piece of information, they would need to read page number 47 of that book that only this guy had. Now it's a Google search away, and therefore these things look nice but are just expensive hobbies. People with libraries are not special anymore. Previously, if a big musician came to your city, you would stop everything else and go to that concert. Now, you will do nothing about it. Why? Because one, no musician is very special. There are so many now. There used to be literally 5 singers in Bollywood when I was in school. Now, I don't even know how to count them on my fingers. Now, you can, even if you wanted to go to this particular person, you can watch it on YouTube tomorrow. And lots of these people are experiencing things like cancel culture. In my time, when I was a kid, there was no such thing as cancel culture. People would talk their hearts out. Now, audiences can show that particular part of the body that's used for rejection to whoever they want to. I said whomever, by the way. But yeah. So, because, well, there are so many of us. I'll just choose another guy. Population is the #1 agent of Kali Yuga. And if you think